I have an update tonight on a WECT Investigates report.
New Hanover County Sheriff Ed McMahon answered a series of questions from county leaders about how his office is using flock cameras. WECT's investigative reporter Connor Smith continuing his coverage of the controversial cameras tonight. So Connor, you learned new details about who has access to all these cameras in the county.
Yeah, Sheriff McMahon told commissioners that New Hanover County Flock data is shared with 6 different federal agencies, including the FBI. And his email also details more flock cameras than we've previously told you about, including video surveillance cameras. As county leaders continue discussing the future of flock in New Hanover County, Sheriff Ed McMahon has revealed new details about the cameras stirring debate nationwide. 2 weeks ago, the sheriff addressed flock cameras in a prepared statement, but didn't take questions.
This technology helps us solve crimes, find people in danger, and keep our community safe. But it must always be used responsibly.
3 days later, he sent this lengthy email to county leaders, answering more than a dozen questions Commissioner Stephanie Walker had raised. The first response revealing the sheriff's office isn't just using license plate readers. They also have 8 PTZ pan-tilt zoom cameras providing video surveillance at different county parks. The sheriff's office won't tell us where the cameras are, but one appears to be at Veterans Park, overlooking soccer fields. Flock critics at last week's commissioners meeting brought up that PTZ camera.
The fact that the government is tracking your every movement and who you move with and having video of our children on a soccer field, it's creepy.
Sheriff McMahon says the cameras are set up to deter crime and help investigate crimes at parks. As we previously told you, the sheriff's office has flock sharing agreements with law enforcement nationwide. In his email, the sheriff reveals that includes the FBI, the Postal Inspection Service, and 4 other federal agencies. Sheriff McMahon says that's because crime doesn't stop at county or state lines. However, last week, Commissioner Leanne Pierce told us she supports ending nationwide sharing.
We just have a lot of unanswered questions, and I think when the folks and citizens see cameras going up everywhere, they're concerned, and we're concerned.
And email records show the sheriff is now looking to sit down with commissioners next month to discuss flock, hear their concerns, and show them how the system works. And Commissioner Stephanie Walker, who sent the sheriff these questions, sent a statement to me after receiving the email. Walker says she respects the sheriff's answers, but still has more questions she's working through. And John, I also reached out to the sheriff's office with some follow-up questions today. We'll keep digging and let you know what else we find out.
All right, Connor, thanks. And you can read the sheriff's full responses to county commissioners right now. The story's inside the WECT News app.